Woo! Sabi guys, got a deck tech here for you. This time, as you can see, it is Tasigur the Golden Fang from Fate Reforged. I personally love the shit out of this guy. If you don't already know, he is a Sultai commander because of the activated ability. Has the hybrid mana in there, blue and green. So technically he's considered a Sultai commander here. And he is Delve for 6 mana here. He's a human shaman, a 4/5. He sees play in, I believe he sees play in Legacy. And his activated ability here is 4 mana. Put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then return an online card of an opponent's choice from your graveyard to your hand. Now this is really good because we play a lot of control spells and a lot of instants and sorceries that we just fill our graveyard with. And eventually we want to get those cards back so that we can keep doing the same exact thing and just continue controlling the game for as long as we can until we eventually win, with some win cons here. But we'll get to those later. I think there's just one actually. So land base here, 3 islands. We are playing blue. 3 forests because we like to ramp. And then 2 swamps. Now we have a lot of utility lands because utility lands are some of the best and they're very good at what they do. Arcane Lighthouse, you can pay 1 mana and tap it until end of turn. Creatures your opponents control lose hexproof and shroud and can't have hexproof or shroud. That is just insane on a land. We play a lot of removal, that's why we play it. Reliquary Tower, we don't always need it, but it's not bad. We tend to fill our hand pretty often. Academy Ruins, we fill our graveyard and sometimes we get an artifact in there we want back. So why not? Volrath Stronghold, sometimes we put a creature in there that we want back. Strip Mine, it's a land that fills our graveyard and hits the graveyard, makes it easier to delve, shit like that. It's good utility, destroys other lands that we don't like. Temple of the False God, taps for 2 mana. Really want Ancient Tomb, I'm probably going to get one of those soon. This is not an optimized deck, by the way, guys. This is just as good as I could put together for the time being. I don't remember how many fetch lands. I think I have 7 total. Yeah, all the ones from Cons and then Misty Rainforest and Scalding Tarn. You want as many fetch lands as possible because lands don't count towards the cards that you can get back from your graveyard with Tasigur. Ash Barrens, basic land cycling, awesome. Watery Grave, shock. Overgrown Tomb, shock. Breeding Pool, shock. Llanowar Waste, Yavimaya Coast, Pain Lands, good. Come into play untapped. Opulent Palace comes into play tapped, but taps for 3 mana that we need. Exotic Orchard. Usually our opponents are going to be playing the colors that we need, so it comes into play untapped too. Command Tower, we're going to get the mana we need. I play 2 bounce lands because sometimes you just need land drops, and it's really good early game. 2 of these, I guess you call it what, check lands. 3 of the temples, because these are probably the most underrated lands. They enter the battlefield tab, but they let you scry one. And in control decks, scrying is a very good and underrated mechanic. I love it. Now we go on to artifacts, and obviously, see here, we're going to mana ramps. Mana Crypt, best card in the format, easily. Soul Ring, second best. Dimmer Signet, mana fixing. Simic Signet, mana fixing. Golgari Signet, mana fixing. Thought Vessel, 2 mana gives us no maximum hand size. I could probably take these out if I get better cards. Thought Vessel and maybe Reliquary Tower, who knows. Felwar Stone, same thing as Exotic Orchard, gets us the manas that we need. Sensei's Divining Top, good card fixing, card draw fixing. I can't really discount that. It's 1 mana artifact, pretty much belongs in every deck. Phyrexian Metamorph, it's a good clone artifact, very powerful, having that versatility. And you can cast it for 3 if you pay 2 life for the Phyrexian mana. Then we have Sylvan Library on the enchantments now. 2 mana, you guys know what it does. Rhystic Study, pain in the ass, but it's blue, so why wouldn't we play it? Phyrexian Arena, it's basically a one-sided Howling Mine that, oh, we lose 1 life our upkeep. Big whoop. Card advantage is card advantage, pal. Then we got Deathrite Shaman. Awesome versatility. Fucking love this guy. He's like one of the better cards in the deck. Once you get him out early game, he just does work, especially if your opponents are also playing graveyard-based decks. Absolutely awesome dude. I love him. Jace Vryn's Prodigy fills our graveyard up. And once he becomes a Planeswalker, we can cast instants and sorceries from our graveyard. +1, not that big of a deal. -3, cast target instant or sorcery from our graveyard. We have to pay the mana to do it, but still being able to recast from our graveyard is awesome. The ult, probably not going to get to it, but if you do, it's alright, I guess. Snapcaster Mage, a lot of graveyard cards. Sakura Tribe Elder, hits the graveyard. Just another card that, helps fill our graveyard early on and it gets us our mana. Laboratory Maniac, fucking win con. And it's pretty awesome too because we have ways of getting infinite mana and using Tasigur's ability to basically get us to where we can just play Laboratory Maniac and win the game. Wood Elves, Mana Ramp. Rex Sage, versatility, ETB, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Non-creature removal is so awesome, and if you can get a body to block for you in the process, even better. Eternal Witness. A lot of cards in our graveyard. Solemn Simulacrum, Mana Ramp. When it dies, you draw a card. Glenalindra, pretty much just a counter on a stick for non-creatures. Clever Impersonator, 4 mana clone that can clone a non-land permanent on the battlefield. Very versatile, the most versatile clone. Notion Thief. Are you going up against a deck that happens to be running a ton of card draw? Then you may want to run Notion Thief. It's pretty awesome. Could get you hated on, but who cares? They shouldn't be playing busted draw spells in the first place there. Mystic Snake, 4 mana flash creature into play. Counter spell. You get a body in the process too. Acidic Slime, 5 mana, destroying a target artifact, enchantment, or land. That's hilarious. If you can constantly flicker it over and over again, people will hate you, especially because you're destroying lands. I love it. Hilarious. Sidisi Undead Vizier, 5 mana. You're gonna end up exploiting her, but who cares? You get to tutor and search for something from your library. It's awesome. Deadeye Navigator. Stop complaining about him. He's really not that busted. He really isn't. I mean, yeah, he interacts well with ETB creatures, but again, he's 6 mana, and the activate ability is 2 mana. Chances are, as soon as you get him out, you're not going to be able to just bust him right away. Unless you play the next card here, Palinchron. Once you get Palinchron out and Deadeye Navigator, that's the busted part. People always complain about Deadeye Navigator. Palinchron's what makes Deadeye Navigator extremely busted, because then you can just constantly do shit like that and just ruin everyone's day. Okay, so please, don't complain about it. And I do play Palinchron because, come on, infinite mana with my commander is basically a win. Then we played Terastodon because it's hilarious and it's not creature removal, so why the hell not? And we can do the whole infinite mana flicker thing with that too. Now we move on to instants, and we got a really good package here, and with instants and sorcery, so that makes up a good majority of the deck. Pact of Negation, 0 mana counterspell. It's hilarious if you just cast this and you don't pay the 5 mana and you just forfeit the game that way. That's hilarious. Mystical Tutor. We play a ton of instants and sorceries, so why not? Brainstorm, one of the best blue cantrips, if not the best one that's technically legal in the format. Love that artwork. Vamp Tutor, 1 mana tutor. Reality Shift, underrated card. Exiling removal in blue. It's only 2 mana. Cyclonic Rift, best removal spell in the format. Arcane Denial, very underrated counter spell. A lot of people don't play it because they think it just gives too much advantage to your opponents. But in reality, it is the most flexible in terms of what it does for countering a spell, because it's just 1 blue in the mana cost, so you're not spending that much mana. You're not, if you don't have 2 blue, you don't feel forced to pay it. During the next turn's upkeep, you also get to draw a card too, so it's balanced. Then we play Counterspell. Then we play Mana Drain, because we like being busted as hell. Grapple with the Past. Very good. Better than Grizzly Salvage in my opinion in this type of deck, because you do get the 3 cards of your library into your graveyard, but you have the choice of getting a creature or land card back, which is really good if we happen to have Laboratory Maniac just in our graveyard at any point and we need it. Why not? Abrupt Decay should be Maelstrom Pulse, but I believe I actually sold it, but it's still good removal either way. Just doesn't hit as many things. Frantic Search, probably one of the better cards in the whole deck, to be honest. Untapping 3 lands, and we draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. In this type of deck, it is hilarious. Forbid, I think I just made a not a top 10 list, but I made a 10 underrated cards list, and this was on there. This is one of the decks I was talking about. Really good card in this type of deck where you can just buy back and discard 2 cards. We're going to fill our hand really easily, and most likely the cards that we discard are either going to get exiled for Delve or something like that. Has its usefulness. Disallow, versatility, countering an activated ability or triggered ability, as well as just a normal spell. Croson Grip, really good card. Split second speed, destroying an artifact or enchantment. Awesome. Putrefy, Golgari, 3 mana there. Destroy target artifact, creature, can't be regenerated. Sultai Charm, awesome, versatile. It's Sultai mana, 3 mana, instant. Destroy target monocolored creature, destroy target artifact or enchantment, or draw 2 cards and discard a card. Versatility there. We can either get card draw or something like that. Then we play, hold on, let me zoom in here. Then we play Fact or Fiction. Really good in this type of deck because whatever happens to hit the graveyard, we're most likely going to get it anyway. Ancient Excavation. Another one of those cards that was on my top 10, or not top 10. I keep saying top 10. It was on my underrated cards list. And 4 mana, dimmer colors. Draw cards equal to number of cards in our hand, then discard a card for each card drawn this way. In this type of deck, it is just hilarious. Let me just take this fucking thing and throw it. Then we have Murderous Cut, 5 mana, but it's Delve, destroy target creature. We can delve that pretty easily. Dig Through Time, same thing, it's Delve, so most of the time we're just paying 2 blue to look at the top 7 and choose 2 of them, put them in our hand, the rest on the bottom. Hilarious. Preordain, 1 mana sorcery, scry 2, draw a card. Good cantrip. Ponder, same thing, good cantrip. Demonic Tutor, search our library for a card, put it in our hand, awesome. Toxic Deluge, we don't typically want to cast this if we want to. We don't have enough life most of the time, but it's good. It gets around indestructibles. So while it's not optimal in this deck, it's decent. And we have Cultivate for manas, Kadama's Reach for manas, Explosive Vegetation for manas. Should be a Sky Shroud claim, but I for some reason have never been able to get one. I don't know why. Damnation, you know why. Time Warp, busted as hell. Anytime you can take an extra turn in this type of deck, just hilarious. Treasure Cruise, Delve to get Ancestral Recall, basically. And then we play Time Stretch because we like being busted as hell. Taking 2 extra turns is hilarious. So anyway guys, that's gonna do it for me now. Hope you enjoyed this deck tech. I hope I get to do more in the future. Let me know if you like this deck. Leave any suggestions or just any comments at all. I don't really care. Anyway guys, you guys take it easy. Have a wonderful day. Void Mage Gamer here, signing off.